From Michael Chandler's big revelations to some suspicious last-minute changes, Conor McGregor responds to The Ultimate Fighter 31 rumors. The 31st season of The Ultimate Fighter airs on May 30th, but the rumors are already starting to fly, and there's a lot of speculation about one thing: Conor McGregor's return to the octagon. That's right, the show will mark the end of Conor's absence from the UFC, as the coaches traditionally fight each other as soon as the reality show ends. His rival coach and eventual opponent will be lightweight fighter Michael Chandler. A lot has been said about the possible weight class for the fight, but it seems unlikely that the fight will happen at the lightweight mark of 155 pounds. Conor currently looks like a bodybuilder, and a few months ago he even claimed that he weighed over 200 pounds. Damn, Conor got big. Obviously, McGregor won't be fighting anywhere near that mark, but going all the way down to lightweight definitely seems like a stretch. Will this be a problem for Chandler? Not according to him. Chandler says, "At this point, I don't think it's going to be at 155. Conor has expressed that it's going to be at 170 pounds. I would love it at 170 pounds. I'll fight him at 185 pounds. I'll fight him in whatever weight class he wants. I could care less. I just want to fight the man." Hats off to Michael Chandler. It's great to hear that he's willing to go up. According to him, he's currently walking around at 191 pounds. Man, they sure make some heavy lightweights these days. So who knows, Dana White actually wants the fight at 155. Another thing we're all in the dark about is the date. The show will finish in August, so it seems reasonable that the fight should happen in the fall. But again, there could be one small problem. McGregor needs to be USADA tested at least 6 months before his next fight. So if he wants to fight in September, the clock's ticking. What's Conor waiting for? Love him or hate him, McGregor's the biggest star in UFC history. Conor's fought in 8 out of the 10 biggest pay-per-view bouts in UFC history. And his fight against Chandler's extremely hyped up. Why? Because this time, we have no idea what skill level Conor will be bringing to the table. I mean, based on his Instagram posts, it seems all he's done in the last 3 years is drink whiskey, smoke cigars, and star in Hollywood films with Jake Gyllenhaal. Speaking of which, I can't wait to see Roadhouse. But back to the Chandler fight for a second. I'm so nervous about this one. McGregor and Chandler have never faced each other, they have similar records, and Chandler is just 2 years older than Conor. I can't wait to see this fight. Chandler's normally a calm guy, but if anyone can get under his skin, you know it's definitely McGregor.
Chandler is in the black trunks, Chandler
he got him!
in the white trunks.
He hurt him back!
Chandler letting go, Alvarez in all sorts of trouble, trying to hold on. And it's over.
Very impressive in his return to the Bellator cage. It had been 5.5 years between.
Has learned to put together his striking system to the degree that he's wanted to for a long time. And that's why you see
this will be Conor's second time on the show, after he faced Uriah Faber back in 2015. Uriah's team outside of the show was collapsing, as TJ Dillashaw decided to leave with another coach. Conor seized the opportunity and brought controversy into The Ultimate Fighter, where he constantly taunted Uriah about his team's issues. Conor also mocked Uriah constantly throughout the season, from his clothes to his chin and even his career. McGregor left no stone unturned in Uriah's life. I'll guarantee that by the end of the show, Uriah hated Conor. Isn't a doubt in my mind. So I hope Chandler knows what he's getting into, because something tells me it won't be pretty. I mean, at least with Uriah there was no fight at the end. But this time, Conor has a huge reason to mess with Chandler's head, which he's sure to do. Conor does this with every opponent. It's definitely going to make for some great TV. Michael and Conor seem to be on good terms, but something bad happened just before UFC 285, and Chandler and McGregor are officially pissed. When asked about this, Michael kept his calm, saying that he respects Conor, but he doesn't like him. On the other hand, Dana White says, "There was a lot of shit that went down on Friday, yeah. I don't look at stuff that's good for the show or things like that. Whatever happens, happens. The stuff that just happened shouldn't have happened, and I'm getting old. I would have been in there sooner back in the day, but not good." Let's be real though, Dana's a businessman first, so this could all be a promotional strategy. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, as they all seem to be making an effort to avoid any possible spoilers. Making up the cast for The Ultimate Fighter 31 will be a combination of veteran and novice fighters, featuring 8 bantamweights and 8 lightweights.
And he's going to be able to fight to the best of his ability. This is a nice, clean left hand by Conor.
Seaver has about as many fights in the UFC as Conor McGregor.
Just has to stay in his face.
Black trunks for Dublin, Ireland's McGregor. Very technical.
That one landed clean.
Nate trying to become the aggressor here, final minute.
But there's been some controversy over which fighters will be on the show. MMA agent Daniel Rubenstein tweeted, Ken Cross, Mitch Ramirez, and Brandon Jenkins all got pulled off to make room for 3 of Conor's guys to be on the show. UFC welterweight Chris Curtis also confirmed this on Twitter, writing, "This is entirely true. I know some of them. Asshole move." One of the fighters on the leaked list, Chris Moutinho, also confirmed it on Instagram, writing, "Thanks everyone that has been congratulating me, but I'm making this to say I'm not actually on the show. I spent the time out there believing I was going to be on the show, and on the day of filming, they told me I was an alternate. Things happen for a reason. I'm home. Fight news should be coming soon." Luckily for Moutinho, shortly afterward he was confirmed for Combat Zone. A fight card supervised by Dana White can act as a fast track to the UFC, so it looks like it's worked out for him. Chris might even be thanking Conor soon. So who are the fighters that Conor pushed in? Well, I have to admit, they're both very interesting names. One is a bantamweight called Brad Katona. Katona's a Canadian veteran who actually won The Ultimate Fighter back in 2018, with Daniel Cormier as a coach. The other is Lee Hammond, a young prospect with impressive jiu-jitsu skills and a 5-0 record. Hammond grew up in Dublin, and McGregor has closely watched his career. Both Katona and Hammond train at SBGI in Dublin.
Keeping his head back. Look at this good striking. Wesley using his range really well. Good low kick by Wesley. Wants to defend that takedown.
It seemed like you were the last hope for the BJJ players in SBG. I know you're still going to compete a little bit, but
The same gym as Conor, so the evidence seems quite clear. Conor answered Chris Curtis's tweet saying, "Not true. I only know one guy on this show and he put himself forward for it. And he is now, after today, set to fight the #1 seed. I didn't ask nor request nothing. And I certainly didn't have people removed. I'm just trying to get back in the mix myself, so fuck off." Right now, I'm not sure who to believe. In any case, I think we're in for an amazing season. There you have it, fight fans. That's how Conor McGregor responded to the TUF 31 rumors.